Guys, and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. So today we're going to be learning how to build a large coastal rescue boat ship type thing. There's not really a specific class with this one. It's an amalgamation between kind of existing coastal rescue ships and also a bit of my own design, but it's mainly modelled off one that I found on a kind of a 3D warehouse of models that someone had come up with. So I've kind of used that, mixed it with the real ones, and that's what I've kind of come up with. So this one's completely customizable. You can choose whatever color you want. I've got the two examples here in orange and also in red, and you can also see that at the back there is two different examples of styles that you can actually go for. You've got one that has the small Zodiac type boat, which is a kind of small rigid hull boat which could obviously go off, save people, then bring them back to the main ship. And there's also the one with a small helicopter kind of pad on the back. And if you do want to do the helicopter one, I have got a tutorial for that, and I'll put the link in the description for that one. And if it is missing, make sure that you tell me so I can add that one in. This ship itself is 37 blocks long, 20 high, and 11 wide. It's not a massively big ship, but it is kind of medium-sized. But as a coastal kind of rescue ship, it would be kind of classed as quite big. On the front as well, there is a water cannon, or what should be a water cannon. The reason that it's got this is so that, for example, if an oil tanker actually set fire at sea, that could obviously have huge effects to the environment around it, and you'd want to get a couple of these little boats there to try and get rid of the fire before the actual tanks go up, or if the hull's kind of damaged, those kind of things. So that's why it's got that on there. I'm also using it in my city in a way so that the ships and the actual buildings that are on the side of the river, if they did set on fire, you've obviously got a river which is filled with water, and if you had a couple of these ships, they could at least keep on spraying water onto that building. So it's also used for that as well. If you use this build on a map or server, make sure that you credit me for the design. So what do I mean by this? I mean, just put up a sign somewhere, for example in the bridge, saying designed by Lord Dacker. Put another one up as well saying built by, and then put your name. That's all I ask for from these tutorials. Pretty kind of easy little thing, just as long as I get credited for the actual design of the ship. That's absolutely fine by me. You know, you can use it for whatever you want. If you have an adventure map, you know, any Hunger Games, whatever, you know, it's all cool as long as I'm credited for it. So let's get started on this cool, small, fun build. Okay, so before we start, I'll just show you where I've put mine in kind of waterline wise. I've just got one kind of layer of this grey wool and then the orange wool to follow. So what that means is you've got two underneath the water, and that's where you're going to be. So your water level will be kind of, you know, on the second one, as it were. So really, you've only got a couple hidden. So let's get started on the main tutorial. Okay, so the two materials I used for this one was kind of grey wool for the bottom part. You can use black. You could do the kind of typical, you know, red for these two layers, and you could do it black, and then you could have something else. I went with orange because that's the RNLI kind of colours, so it kind of makes sense for the coaster boat to be that, especially when I'm British. Kind of just fits, I guess. But you can make it out of whatever you want, really. It's just the wool colour, so you know you got a million different choices. Make it pink for all I care. You know, you can do whatever you want. Now, just like I said, 2 blocks underneath the water, so this would be where your water line is. So just got those two there, just so that you make sure that you know where you are. So if we grab our grey wool, what we're going to do is we're going to place down 1, then we're going to go out, and we're going to have 1. Now we're going to have 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now you're going to have a 2 and a 2. So it's a pretty simple shape. We just do the same on the other side as well. And it is quite, you know, it's not too big. There we go, got that. And then you can just fill all of this in, and we'll get on to layer number 2. Okay, and now for layer number 2, come to the front, and you're just going to come forwards off this block, and you have 1, 1, 2. Now you're going to have 32 blocks, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. So that's where you're going to be. If we just look at here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blocks from that kind of last bit here. Now you're just going to add a block on this side here, so you've got 2 showing going across. Then you're going to go in this time, you have 3, so you've got this weird bit here, and if you have it on the other side, We just drag this across. You can see. I'm going to drag this here. There's 1, and there 2. Oops, went too far there. And you have this. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to come across the back, and you're just going to fill up these parts, just covering it up. There isn't a rudder on this one, just because it's so small. It didn't seem to work when I actually put it down even further in the water either. It looked a little bit too elongated. And now what you're going to do is just on this side here, on this kind of block between here, you're just going to put 2 blocks, and that'll be the kind of rudder piece. So it just goes on the inside of that bit there. And that's it for layer number 2. We'll get on to number 3. Okay, and now for layer number 3, so come to the front, place a block directly on top of the last one here, and add 1 to each side, so that'll give you 3 going across like that. Now you're going to have a 2. Oh, there we go. A 2, a 3, 1, 2, 3. And now you're going to have 30. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30, which will bring you directly on this one. And this one just goes straight across the back. So do the same on the other side, and we'll get on to the kind of coloured layer. I'm going to do a different colour for mine. Okay, now for layer number 4. So this part is actually grey. There is a little bit of grey at the front here, which I did to basically raise this up and make the bow feel a little bit more raised, but still smooth colour-wise. Does that make sense? So if you grab your grey blocks, we're going to go forwards by 1 block. So you have 1 here, then 1, 1, then 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's all of it that we need to do for grey. So you go 1, 1, and you have 3. I can throw that one away. I'm going to make mine out of red. You can choose whatever colour you want. You know, you've got tons of different colours, so you know, you can do whatever you want there. Now what we're going to do is going to have 4 blocks. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And now you're going to go in. You're going to have 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Which brings you directly on this back part, and it's just a straight back. So do the same on the other side. We'll get on to the next layer. Okay, now for layer number 5. So come to the front. Just going to place a block directly on top of the last one. Add 1 to each side like this. And you can kind of see the repeating pattern here. So we've got 1, 3, 1, 3 as it's moving outwards. Now we've got a 1. And then we're going to have 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. And 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to have 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So it just goes over by 1. And now you're going to have a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this will just go straight across the back. So we just join this up here. And across the back here. We can just quickly do this part, as I'll show you what to do next. There we go. So if we drag that, I'm just going to quickly do the other side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then here. Now what you need to do is grab your white wool, or whatever you want for your deck colour. I just went with white. It seemed to fit them most, and especially when we got the slabs up here, at least we can use the quartz slabs. So it's kind of up to you what you want to make the floor out of. We're just going to fill in the whole thing, even though this is this raised bit at the front. I mean, you could do it all the way up to here, I guess, where you've got this 2 sticking over. You could just do it behind there, and there'll be a couple of blocks you need to put in, but it's up to you. I'm actually just going to do that. Just go across here and fill it up, and we'll get on to layer number 6. Okay, and now for layer number 6, we're just going to finish off the kind of rail and this front part, and then we'll start building on the actual main kind of body of the ship here. So if you come to the front, 3 across this part, then we're going to have 1, and then we're going to have 3, 1, 2, 3, then a 2, and then a 3, 1, 2, 3. So most of it is directly on top, as you can see here, just to kind of thicken it up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to have a slab right here and a slab here, so right next to it, and then one going towards the back of the ship like that. And we can then create our raised deck. I'm sure that some of these are going to change, but we can just throw this in for the time being. So throw this down like that, and there. Like that. Now what we can do is on these edge pieces, we're just going to switch this out. Just this all joined up. And if we go around to the back as well, just connect this in. Now if you grab your iron bars, we can actually put these in now as well. So we just put that in there, and I'll show you which metadata is in my texture pack if you want to get the other ones, but you will obviously need connected textures mod, or Optifine, MC Patcher, one of those, to actually see it, and world edit or MC Edit. You can do it with MC Edit as well to actually get the metadata. So if you just go in here, go around, that'll give you the basic kind of bars. And then if you do have, for example, world edit, I'm just going to do it the easy way. So you're just going to do pos 1, for example, and I fly all the way over here. I'm going to do pos 2. I'll select it. I've got the CUI so you can actually see it. I'm just going to do replace 101, which is iron bars, with 101:5. Oh, that's not it. Replace 101:5. There we go. That's the one I'm using, the other one there. So you got select. There you go. And that will give you that iron bar type as well. So you then have that one. And now what we'll do is we'll start building up the main part here. Okay, so for the front cannon, we might as well put that in now as it's ridiculously easy. There's a couple of different designs. This is the one that I kind of went with in the end, just to make it different. This is supposed to be a water cannon, by the way. You might be like, why would you need a water cannon at sea? Well, if a big cargo ship, for example, is on fire, you would think, oh, it's going to go out really soon, but because it takes ages to sink, you know, it's going to take forever. What you'd actually have is a couple of these spraying water on certain sections, trying to keep the crew safe while they can get evacuated, or to try and dampen down the fire, or those kind of things, you know, to stop it from actually sinking, or stopping the, well, most importantly, the oil tanks from exploding, because obviously that would create a massive ecological disaster if a big, you know, oil tanker, you know, set on fire. Imagine that, if it exploded and then, you know, oil will be everywhere and destroying beaches and wildlife and everything like that. That's why it's got one of those. For my city, it's kind of more, obviously, for buildings that are by the bay. If there's ever a building fire, you've then got a couple of these, which obviously, as they're in the water, they can just keep on sucking up water and spraying it onto those kind of ones that are next to the riverside ones, and that kind of stuff. So that's why there's one there. Now, if you come to the second one of these from this part here, I'm just going to find the middle, and we're just going to go up by 2 blocks. And right on the back, we're going to put a slab down on this part, and then what we're going to do is go 3 fence gates. There's that design there, and then put on a button on each side. That's one of the designs, super easy. You can also do stuff like, if you grab stone stairs and cobblestone, for example, you can do the gun design that I had before, in the same place here, up by 1 this time. Let's go up to here, here, and you actually do need cobblestone slabs, completely forgot. And just add 2 of those. You know, you can go with that gun design that I used on some of my ships. I don't think it really fits. I think we need something different for these ones, which is why I've come up with this other design for this here. Just found that I found that it just looked the same. That's the problem. You don't want everything to look the same on your worlds. You want to have a bit of variation, even though this isn't as cool, you know. But it doesn't really matter. So then we've got that there. I mean, you could also, you know, use those as well if you wanted to. Maybe that looks better. Maybe do something like that. I don't know. I was messing around with a couple different ways, but I might just keep mine like this, maybe. And maybe move that down. Do something slightly different, but that doesn't even look that good, so yeah, I'll just do that for the time being. So let's get on to the next bit anyway. Okay, and for the kind of hull, at least the basic part, what we're going to do is just going to lay down the first layer, then move on to this back part here, because we can count quite easily from the back of this. So again, find the middle. What you're going to do is you're going to cut out of these white pieces, just put in 3 blocks. You have 2, then 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do the same on the other side, just going to have 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then you're going to have 2 on, kind of added onto each side, so you got this 3 here. And just going to have 1 block that's been recessed. Reason being is these little kind of smokestacks that we've actually got on the back of this. It's just to let a little ladder go into here on this back bit here, like that. So yeah, we'll get on to the back section here now. Okay, now we're going to just build this little bit at the back, which we've got a small kind of Zodiac type boat. These like small, rigid hull inflatable. The inflatable ones that have got really strong holes on them, like kind of really strong plastic. I can't remember what they're called, but Zodiac type thing. And then we've got a little crane on the other side to lift that out of the water. What you could also do if you wanted to with this is, if you take off this fence, you could have a small helicopter, like the one I put on the back of the Steve Irwin. You could have a small helicopter pad on here, and just, you know, draw a big H, or raise it a little bit up, and then put the H on it. You know, something like that you can do. The only thing was, well, actually, because it's coastal, I was going to say, you know, you won't be able to actually have a hang or anything like that for it. But because it is a coastal one, you probably wouldn't anyway, so it'd only be when it's at sea. You know, you can have a little helicopter that flies over to scout, something like that. I'm probably going to do that in my world as well. But anyway, as I'm rambling on, what we're going to do is we're just going to go from this block here. We're going to go 1, 2, and then go to the third and put down a stone brick stair. And we're going to have a gap of 3 blocks. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and then you have another one. And I'm just going to leave a block gap on these parts here. Now between these, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Right to this point. So that's just with your slabs. I'm using the nether brick slabs. You can use whatever you want. You know, it's up to you with these kind of things. It's just like a style, it's like a colour choice in a way. So we've got that. Now if you just, for the time being, we're just going to put down stone brick directly on top of this, and then just put upside down stairs. So you can kind of see why I put those on there now. Just put these on like that. And right in the front, just have a upside down one there, and then you can take out this part. And right on the back, what we're going to do is we're going to put in 1 slab here. This will just make that a little bit bigger. And the first 3, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're just going to put slabs on them. This is just to raise up this little bit here. And then right here, what I did is you can even put one in here and put in kind of like a control panel. On the actual ones, it looks like they're more like here. And they have the control panel there. Sorry, my throat's a bit dead at the minute. Now, you can also take out that bottom one there. And I actually put in a slab behind that instead. You know, you can't really see it. It just depends if you want to move this forwards or not. And then if you grab your nether brick kind of fence or some sort of fence, put these up, just put 2 on here and then go 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 blocks high in total. 1, 2, 3, like that. Super easy, nice little boat. You know, you could always have some sort of steps to get into it, I guess, or you know, whatever. But if you're actually on the boat, obviously, you'll be able to actually jump up here. So, you know, obviously, well, if you actually have something down there. So let's build a little crane anyway. Okay, and for the crane, you're going to need like light grey wool and stone slabs. That's what I've used for mine. Obviously, you can use whatever you want. So this time on this side, where we've got this kind of joint going in, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and just make a cross pattern. Shove some stone slabs onto that cross pattern, and then in the middle add 2, so you got 1, 2. Then what you're going to do is you're going to put a stone slab on top of here, then go forward, so you're going to have this 1 slab here, then add 1 to the top, then add a slab here, go on to the top, add a slab there, and go to the top. Now you can just, if you want to, just put down nether brick kind of fencing, just like that, and put some on the back, just going up. If you have connected textures, and well, my texture pack specifically, what you can do, and I'm going to have to try and remember these. So if I just do IPL 30 and 6 maybe? Might be, almost. Okay, 30 and 7 then. There you go, 30:7, and you need world edit for that. You can get a chain texture. And also what you can do here is you can do 30 and 8, which is a hook texture. Kind of cool. I actually might move mine up a bit. There we go. I'm going to move mine up. So that'll kind of give you a little bit more of a realistic crane. Also because it's actually a cobweb variation. Where's my buttons? There we go. When you actually jump into it, you get stuck. You kind of get hooked, as it were. You know. So kind of cool there. There you go. And you can see my face really, really close up. There you go. So that'll give you that kind of thing. And there's a little idea for it. I might actually switch mine to rope, I think. Here, I think that might look a little bit more natural for the time being. Yeah, on that one. So there we go. I'm going to go with that. But yeah, there's an extra idea. But again, you'll need world edit. You'll need Optifine for the connected textures to get that. You'll need some. Yeah, you'll need the world edit to actually do it. So let's get onto the main body of this and finish it up. Okay, so next layer, we're going to just go onto this part. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So it just goes over by 1. You're also going to need a stone slab. Shove one on the side there. Then, not those stone slabs. There we go. Put these just down here. I'll just go over that bit after I've done this, but you're just going to layer these on top for this layer. So 1, 2, 3. So that one gets pushed back. Put in a stone slab there. So you can just see there's 1 extra in this part. And for the next one, you're just going to go 1. And then 1, then 3, 1, 2, 3. Then this one again will be directly on top. So go across here. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. Like that. If you grab your stone slabs again, just to this front part, just add one onto each of these side bits like that. And next across this part, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, then a 3, 1, 2, 3. Now 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to have 3 iron bars, and I'll switch those over in a second. And then right here, you're going to have 1 and 1. And there'll actually also be 1 over here as well, so you could make this solid. I'm just going to leave it like that. You got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 iron bars, and you got 1 here, and 1 in here like that. It's almost like making a kind of cross pattern here. I think that's a lot easier to see it. Just take off those 2 like that. Okay, now what you can do is you can grab your kind of flooring texture. I used the white wool, so you can use the same. Put this in here, just 1 block underneath. So where you've got that kind of iron bars, we're not going to be using those iron bars, but if we just grab this and put it all around here, I'm even going to put it down there and there. That'll give us the flooring. And if you grab, where is it, a ladder? There you go. Put this ladder going up if you want to, which will get you up to here. If we create a little cross here, so we are actually going to create a cross, and then we're going to edit it slightly. We're going to grab nether brick stairs. This is just for the little smokestacks. Take out this one, put in one there, put in one there. So 1 there, 1 there. And then just put an upside down one just on this back part for these 2 kind of small little smokestacks. And if you wanted to, you could bring that block all the way down through this actual ship, because you got this end piece here. Whoops, didn't mean to destroy those. Because you've got this end piece like here, you could actually have these going down, into the hull and into the engine room, I guess, quite easily. So if we just fly back up, and I'm just going to leave that, but put one in there. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to do this little bridge section. And now for the next bit, what we're going to do first is we're just going to go around to the back, and we're going to go across by 5. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then come to the front, grab your glass, and we're just going to go 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what we're going to do is going to have a block here, and then 3 across the back. We've got a block here, and we've got glass, so 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like that. Now what I do on mine, and I kind of like to do, is I kind of like to have blocks underneath the glass. I don't know why. I just think that it looks better when you're looking in from the outside than this, Personal preference. And this is actually where I cut in a door at the back, so you can put that in if you want to, or you can leave it out. It doesn't really matter. If we go to the back here as well, what we're going to do, right on this block, we're going to go 1 and 2. And then the rest, what we're going to do is, if we grab our stone slabs, it might be easier. We're going to put 1 here, 1 here. So there and there. And there's going to be 3 across this front part. And then there's going to be 3 across this front part. 1, 2, and 3. So that actually overhangs off that glass. And we're just going to go into a 1 here. Right here. And if you grab your colour again, just shove that in. Like this. Go across. And that'll give you the actual roof for it. So it's got a little bit of an overhang, which I quite like with these bits. I think it looks kind of cool. And then obviously you'll have your little bridge section, which is pretty ace actually. So now what we've got to do is just this kind of communications tower, as it were, and it's pretty easy, to be honest. It's really nice and simple. Actually, we can quickly actually finish up this roof part here. There's just a couple of little things on it. The first one, if you grab cobblestone wool and just place that in here. I use quartz slabs for these. You can just put one on top. Diagonal once and diagonal again, just like that. Now go from the back piece, just go to here, just place down 1 block, and just put in a full block of quartz or white wool, whichever's fine. That will just give you these 2 little sensors. This obviously is kind of to show motion if you do it at an angle, at least. So yeah, let's build the mast up. Okay, so go to the back, and right here we're just going to add a block there and there. Then going towards the bridge, we're going to just go up and have 2 here. This, and then in between these, which should connect into basically both of these, we're going to go 1, 2, and 3 like that. Shove a stone slab on the top of that one. Shove one here, 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 and here. And I also put one in on the back piece here. You don't have to put it on that piece. If you want to actually walk through here and have a look, it makes it easier if you have it there. Otherwise, you're going to get, from here at least, you have to kind of get pushed around. I don't really mind that much. So you can put that in. Whoops, let's press Control. There's also one down there as well that you can put in. And then connect onto the back of this one. You're going to go 1, 2, and 3. So it's just moving its way back. Kind of got supports here, but it's also kind of going this way. Add in a stone slab here. Just go up by 1 onto this block that you got here. Go on the up one and go 1, 2, 3 with your stone slabs. 1, 2, 3. Right on the top, if you grab your nether brick fence, just going to add 2. Put 3 on the side of these. And right on this one, you're going to go 1, 2. Just add in a little bit more. There, like that. But that is pretty much it for the small coastal kind of rescue boat. You can see how completely different they look in the two different colours. And they really do, you know, but pretty simple. I'll just show you quickly how you'd actually put a helicopter on as well. If you do want to go with a helipad, you can do it out of black wool, for example. Now I'm just going to knock down this back section here, just at this point. Right there, so we've got the kind of back bit here. And you could just literally find the centre line, go a couple of blocks in, and go to the side. Now you've got two ways to do a H in a way. The smallest one you can do obviously is this. That's super, super tiny. You could also do basically an elongated version of that as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add the 1. Like that. You could do this basically version, but a little bit bigger. So you could do it this way. And actually, I guess it's starting to get more messy now. Have it like this instead. But if you do that, I would actually advise making it even bigger. Adding one more onto each of these pieces here. But that looks ridiculously big on this one. So if you're ever trying it out on different ships, make sure you try out a couple of different ones. The one I'm actually going to go for is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which will give us like a little kind of small helipad there. I'm also going to grab some light grey wool, and we're going to see if we can put in this. We've got 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. So there we go. Let's have a look at this. That's just to kind of border it a little bit. It's elongated, which is annoying. The other way we could do it is just having this 5 here, so we've got this. This might look a little bit better, because then we've got the border at least on one bit. So possibly do something like that, or even here, and here. So you can see that I'm kind of coming up with it as I'm going. I haven't actually planned this part. There we go. So you could do something like that, maybe. I don't know. That to me doesn't look quite right, because it looks kind of like a octagon as a shape, but that's pretty much it. I mean, you could also, I don't know if you guys know this with my texture pack, but you can also put, you know, iron bars across the side in your texture pack. My one has got a metadata for a kind of netting type thing, so I think it's 1.1017, something like that. Yeah, 7. 1017 will give you this kind of netting, which is kind of cool. And we can put that in there. And I'll probably take off these corner pieces just to make it look a little bit more interesting. So you can put in something like that as well. Put in a little helicopter. Probably the one that I put on the back of the Steve Irwin, the actual small helicopter, would fit quite fine. I've actually taken that out. But that's pretty much it for the tutorial, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. And it's given you some little ideas as well of just modifying this little back piece to actually get a helicopter into it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.